accordion here, where we help you master your money. So, in this story, Lionel Messi agrees to a 2-year, $80 million deal with PSG. And this is probably one of the most highest paying jobs ever, right? Which is pretty amazing when you really think about it, right? Now, it's pretty cool that you could basically be doing what you love to do and getting paid disgusting amounts of money, right? And soccer is probably one of the most loved sports worldwide. But let's get into the story, and we can learn something from this as well. So Lionel Messi has officially moved on from Barcelona. Messi and Paris Saint-Germain have agreed to terms on a 2-year contract that will pay the 6-time Ballon d'Or winner $20 million per year. He will also earn a sign-on fee of $29 million and has a potential 3rd-year option at the same rate. On Tuesday, Messi arrived in Paris via a private aircraft sporting a "This is Paris" t-shirt. PSG will hold a press conference to formally introduce Messi on Wednesday. Last Thursday, FC Barcelona announced that financial and structural obstacles precluded the club from signing Messi to a new contract and retaining the superstar for a 21st season. The 34-year-old maintained that he did everything to remain at the club, including agreeing in principle to a 50% wage cut. With PSG, Messi will reunite with Neymar, with whom he won a pair of La Liga titles and the Champions League during their 4-year stint together at Camp Nou. PSG and Manchester City were initially seen as the 2 likeliest landing spots for Messi. During a farewell press conference on Sunday, Messi conceded that a lot of clubs were showing interest in his talents. Okay, so let's kind of break this down, right? One, he basically created a lifestyle for himself to where he can do what he loves and get paid very handsomely for that, right? Which is the ideal situation for anyone to be in, right? Just imagine if you could basically be doing what you love to do and getting paid millions of dollars for that, right? Everyone would love that, right? But here's the thing. He also knows his worth, and he also understands his marketplace value, which is completely different than, let's say, another episode that we talked about where this NBA player believed that he was worth more than he actually was and basically completely screwed himself, right? Out of $84 million, right? That was basically guaranteed, right? So with Lionel Messi, he has been making so much money for so many years that it doesn't actually change his life, right? So basically, all these different clubs have to make it enticing for him to even bother going to their team, to bother going through the hassle of being traded to another team, right? Because he has so many deals. I believe he also has a lifetime deal for $1 billion with a shoe company, right? I believe it might be Adidas. I don't think it's Nike, but I think it might be Adidas. I'm not exactly certain about that. But the thing you gotta understand, right? He has structured his life and his value to be so high that all these other clubs have to make it worthwhile for him, right? And it also means that the club that he was previously at, right, had to meet a certain level, or else he has to go with another option, right? Because then it just doesn't even make sense for him. It's look, because even though he says he was willing to do a 50% pay cut, which might be true, the fact of the matter remains, if every single club is saying hey, we will pay you your full rate, we will give you whatever you want, we will bend over backwards for you, we will take care of you, we will do everything and anything you need us to do or help you with, right? Because they know his value. But the club that he was previously at wasn't willing to step up to the plate to go to that level, guess what? He's just going to go to the one that offers the better deal for him. Period. End of story. Right? Because no one in their right mind will choose something that will be worse than something else. Right? It's basically like saying, hey, I'm going to take this quarter even though 10 other people are offering me $1. Right? Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. Right? No one's going to do that, regardless if they love that specific individual or all that kind of stuff, right? Because then they're going to start feeling like they're worth less than they actually are, right? So it makes perfect sense as to what he's done. But that being said, technically speaking, he has the freedom to do whatever he wants. He's structured his life. He's created this massive amount of wealth and income streams that he doesn't really have to care about money, right? Like, this is basically just like a numbers kind of thing, right? It's just like a thing that, like, it's just basically business where it's like, oh yeah, this makes the most sense, right? Factually, this deal makes the most sense for him, right? And that's probably exactly how he did it, because, if, 10 other clubs or whatever is like offering him this amount of money, but the place that he's staying at is only like way below that, then of course he's going to go with one of those other clubs. And especially if he's going to go to one of those clubs where he actually ended up winning a massive prize with someone on that club, right? So it's just something to really think about. Is like, you want to get yourself to a position where you're able to, one, make a lot of money doing something that you love to do, because guess what? If you made a lot of money doing what you love to do, you're not going to get burnt out. Why? Because you love doing what you want to do, right? And you're getting compensated heavily for that, right? For example, right, there's some people who say like, oh, you should never try to like make your hobbies into like, your job, right? So like, this could be like someone who like plays games and ends up becoming like a pro gamer, right? But here's the thing, right? Like, if you truly love to play games and you're getting paid 7 figures a year for that, guess what? You're not really going to be burnt out, because one, you can basically take breaks whenever you want at that income level, right? Because you don't necessarily need the money, so you could just do breaks whenever you want. You could get your mental health checked out if you need to get your mental health checked out. You could eat clean much easier than if you weren't, because you're making a lot of money, right? Like, there's a lot of benefits to making a certain amount of money while doing something that you love, because those two together is a very good combination. But doing something that you love and not getting paid well for that will burn you out, and that would actually make you sick of what you end up loving to do, right? Because then at that point, it's just a job for a paycheck, and it's not really a worthwhile paycheck. So that's something to really think about as well, which a lot of people don't actually think about, right? Like, you want your passion to be able to pay for your lifestyle, whatever that lifestyle you want, and then some, to basically make you feel pretty content and satisfied. So either way, you can learn a lot from this, how you should structure your life, how you should like go about and doing things in your life, because you want to be able to do something long term every single day, right? Because if you love doing something, you're going to be willing to do it every single day, or you're going to end up basically getting better at it every single day, because you're going to be doing it every single day because you love it that much, right? Either way, if you need help with mastering your money, meaning getting out of debt, creating an emergency fund so you got money in the bank, and investing so that you actually have money in the future and you could retire, go check out 40inbox.com to learn the secret to mastering your money. We'll see you in there, and stay tuned for future episodes. We always talk about finances or financial related content, and stay tuned for more. And if you like this sort of stuff, hit the like button. And if you like the idea of getting paid $80 million, hit the like button.